I am 27 years old and I have over $500,000 in debt.
Wow.
What is the best financial advice you've ever received?
I gotta watch this again.
I think that most people don't need a financial advisor.
Okay, lots of thoughts here. Hi everyone, Stephen Jones here, Certified Financial Planner. Today we're gonna have a little fun. The team here at Jones Financial Partners has put together a few videos for me to react to and get my professional opinion on the information that's going out there to you through the social media channels. And so we're gonna have a little fun. A couple disclaimers before I get started. No intention to insult anyone or their intelligence or anything. Some of the information I'm sure I'm gonna agree with, some of it I'm not, and some of it I might just wanna provide a little bit more context as we get into the video so that you can make the right decision for your family. Let's get into the first video.
3 tips for saving money. Number 1, I don't want you to save, I want you to invest. The pattern of a millionaire is to make money and invest money. We don't save it. Savings is like an undefined lump of money. What are you saving for? A rainy day? Like, let's just forget all that. So what are the things that we invest in? We invest by putting money away every month. That's if you have a company, that if you have a job, however you do it, you're putting money into some sort of investment account. We use iFlip.
Okay, a lot of things here in the first video. I agree with her, you should be investing, but you need a backup plan. You do need something that you can go to, and I'm gonna use her words, a rainy day. So I like to see people have some money in the bank that they can get to. Car breaks down, need new tires, need appliances, medical bills, that kind of thing, because if you don't have that and everything's in retirement or investments, you're gonna have to sell something to get to that money. So I'm a big advocate for the savings account.
3 things you need to do as soon as you turn 18. Get a credit card. Don't be a dumb with it though. All you're gonna do is buy something super little each month and pay it off by the end of the month in full. Building up your credit score takes time, and if you wanna buy a car or a house in the future, start now. Number 2, invest. All billionaires are either business owners or investors. Since most 18-year-olds aren't billionaires, let's take their advice. The easiest way to invest is open an E-Trade account and invest in index funds. 3rd, educate yourself. School ain't gonna teach you how to invest, run a company, marketing, sales, etc. So teach yourselves with books, courses, YouTube, and so on. Get rich.
So first, a little language there. That caught me off guard. So her first one is get a credit card. Yes and no. I started with a credit card at 18, Capital One, just student card. While you're going to school, maybe put a little gas on there, build up some credit. So yes, she is right. Try to get a credit card if you can to build up credit for borrowing money. That's the only reason you really need a credit score is if you're gonna borrow money. Now, if you save up your money and you have enough in the bank, they don't care. You're gonna have enough for a down payment on the house and all that. It might change your rate a little bit, but I wouldn't get a credit card just to increase my credit score. I would get it to kind of teach money management, maybe get some cash back or some points, but definitely pay it off every month, which is what she's saying.
Number 2, invest.
Yes, I mean, compounding at 18 or early in life is gonna explode over time. So great advice to just start early if you can and start getting that money growing for you.
The easiest way to invest is open an E-Trade account and invest in index funds.
So you can use any type of account, doesn't have to be E-Trade, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, Robinhood, any of the onlines, or connect with an advisor.
3rd, educate yourself. Teach yourselves with books, courses, YouTube, and so on.
So great advice, invest in yourself, always be learning. You're already in the school mindset. If you're coming out of school or going into college, just keep investing in yourself and it'll pay dividends for the rest of your life.
I think that most people don't need a financial advisor.
Okay.
Because your financial picture is not complicated enough to need one. That lawyer who makes $650,000 a year, they actually have a very simple financial picture. They make a lot of money, but they get income from one way.
Right.
It is through a W-2 job. It gets issued from their employer once a year. They get that form for their taxes. Their financial picture is very simple. Just because you have a lot of money or you make a lot of money doesn't mean you have a complicated financial picture. You actually are someone who has a very complicated financial picture.
Yeah.
Because you make money through digital brand deals.
Yeah.
You make money through podcast ads. You make money touring. You probably made money selling that special to Netflix.
Yeah.
But for most people, and this person who's asking, I think you would likely be better off, and it sounds like they just want someone to help pick investments for their 401k.
Right.
Like, you would be better off getting a robo-advisor.
Okay. Obviously, I'm a little biased on whether you should have a financial advisor or not, but I do agree with her in some way. I think if your situation is very simple, you're just starting out, you're saving, you probably don't need to pay an advisor for that. Either you set up yourself and try to look up, research online, what's best for you, or you could consult an advisor for a couple hours. Maybe they charge you, maybe they don't, and just kind of help you get started that way. Talk to family members, people who have been successful in your life, and kind of go from there. And then once your situation gets more complicated, I do agree, you're gonna need somebody in your court to really help you navigate all the different things that are going on in your financial life. I agree with a little bit of that, not all of it, but I still, interesting video.
So if you have a lot of credit card debt, most people don't know that you can refinance it with a personal loan. So a little Asian math, if you will. Most credit cards charge 26%. So if you have a $20,000 balance, you're paying about $433 a month in interest alone. For the rest of your life, that debt's not going anywhere. So if you refinance with a personal loan, say for 12% interest instead of 26, over 60 months, you'll have that debt completely paid off, and you're gonna lower your utilization, and then you're just gonna be in a much better spot. Two of the institutions I recommend are Sophie for a personal loan. They pull from Experian. And then also you can use a product called a Lightstream Used Auto Loan. You don't necessarily have to buy a car with that. It's just another loan product for you to be able to pay off your credit card.
So this is just debt consolidation. So if they allow you to do this, some credit card companies do not, you could get a personal loan, pay off the credit card balance, and then you'd only pay the payments and interest on the personal loan, which is normally at a lower rate, which would help you pay off the credit card faster. The next question I was asked is, why are you in this situation to begin with? If you have trouble with credit cards, you need to cut them up, get rid of them, go to cash payment, debit card type system until you learn how to respect credit cards and get yourself out of that situation. So I see where he's going here. Debt consolidation, you just gotta be careful. Make sure your credit card allows you to do that.
Here are 5 loans that allow you to buy a house with less than 3.5% down. First up, you got FHA loan. You need to live in it for a year. You need a minimum 580 credit score. You need to have a job for the last 2 years or some proof of income and money for the down payment. FHA 203K loan. It is the exact same thing as an FHA, except they'll give you funds to rehab the house. You need a fixer-upper. Except you need to use an FHA approved contractor. Conventional loans. These go to as low as 3% down with a 620 credit score. Same thing, you need a job for the last 2 years to be able to cover that mortgage payment. A VA loan. A VA loan is a 0% down loan meant for veterans. You don't need a minimum credit score. You can get all of your closing costs paid for. You also need to live in it for 1 year and 2 years of income. A USDA loan. You need a minimum 620 credit score, 0% down on any house outside of metro areas in the US.
Okay, so a couple things. I'm not quite sure on all of these, but I know on the conventional loan, if you don't put down 20%, you will pay PMI, which is kind of like mortgage insurance. And that PMI will not go away until you pay it down to 80%. So if you only put down 3%, you're gonna be paying this PMI until you pay the loan down to 80. And some of these mortgage companies do not waive the PMI when you get to 80. You have to contact them and make sure that they reduce that on your next payment. So that's one thing. I would just caution people, don't get more house than you can afford just because you can make this 3 or 3.5% down payment. Consider your situation. We like to strive for your mortgage payment to be about 28% of your total gross income. So if you're making $100,000 a year, your mortgage payment should not be more than $28,000. So keep that in mind. Just because the loan has a low down payment requirement doesn't mean you should buy the house. But this is still good information for everyone to know.
I am 27 years old and I have over $500,000 in debt.
Wow.
And that feels absolutely crazy to say out loud, but I'm okay with it because this is the year that I'm going to start tackling it. I owe $33,000 on my car, and then I owe $512,000 on my house. When I had mentioned in a previous video that I wanted to pay off my mortgage in 5 years, people were commenting and telling me that I shouldn't pay off my mortgage, and let me explain to you why I'm going to do it anyways. Right now, my mortgage has an interest rate of 6.25%, which is absolutely insane because most of my friends have like high 2s, low 3 interest rates, which in that sense would have made it really smart not to pay off your mortgage because you'd be able to get a bigger return putting your money elsewhere. However, for me, with my mortgage having over $500,000 still on the loan and having such a high interest rate, I think my biggest priority is going to be leveraging my $300K base salary, all of my quarterly bonuses, and all of the money I make from social media towards paying that off in the next 5 years. My mortgage payment every single month is $4,200, and of that $4,200, only $503 go to the actual principal of the loan, which is just like, it makes me so sick to look at. My goal is to allocate $3,000 every single month of my income towards paying off the loan, and I'll be able to pay more on certain months when I get my quarterly bonuses or any money that comes in from social media. All right, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you in my next video.
Okay, lots of thoughts here. First of all, I would assume the car loan is more, or she's paying more in interest on the car than she is on the home. I don't know if she mentioned that at the first of the video, but I get that $35,000 paid off pretty quick if this is her goal. The house is not in a bad spot. I mean, she must be doing something really good for her, making a good living, because if she's qualified for $500,000 mortgage and she's able to make these payments and make the extra payments, she must be doing pretty well.
My $300K base salary.
Maybe she has too much house. I don't know her situation or anything. If the debt is disturbing her this much, she might have too much house or too much of a loan. Maybe she should downsize and then reconsider her situation. Making extra payments is good. Having this 5 or 7 year goal to pay all this off is great. I applaud her for that. However, maybe too much house, and maybe you should invest some of that. I don't know what she's doing else in her life. She didn't disclose that, but this is a lot of stuff. Okay, so her car loan's only 33, but yeah, I would pay that off. I guarantee you that is more than 6.25.
Most of my friends have like high 2s, low 3 interest rates.
Her friends have a low interest rate probably because they bought, say, 5 to 7 years ago. During 2020, 2019, all that, people were getting 2s and 3s. Even some people were in the 1s, and they've been blessed. And if they still have that, good for them. Anybody in the last couple of years is paying that 6 to 7% rate, which is normal. Actually, the average throughout history is 7. So even when they were 18 and 19 in the 70s and 80s, it all averages out to about 7. So 6.25 is not terrible, but I get that she would want to pay it off sooner than later.
I'm hoping that with all of my quarterly bonuses and just the extra income, that I'll be able to get it done a lot sooner.
Yeah, so she's throwing everything at this house. I might reconsider investing some of the money. The other question she has to ask, is this her forever home? Because she's paying off the house, but is she planning to move in a few years? That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But being debt-free is great, and if she can turn around and save this extra, about $8,000 a month from that point on, she would be in a good situation. So a lot of thoughts on this.
I asked 982 financial advisors to give me their best piece of money advice for millennials, and here are the top 3 responses. Number 1, pay yourself first. And this makes sense because you can't build wealth unless you save money, and they typically recommended at least 15%, but they want people to be more aggressive, as high as 30, 40, even 50%. Number 2, automate your investing. You just set it and forget it. You don't even have to think about it. Link up your bank account with your investment account and let the money withdraw every single month. 3, don't try to time the market. You want to do something called dollar cost averaging, where you put the same amount of money in every single month, no matter what, and you just stay the course.
Okay, great video. I agree with everything he said. So you definitely want to automate everything. Easy, $50, $100 a month, whatever it is, or if it's coming out of your paycheck. You won't even notice it after a couple months. Just automate it. Timing the market is worth more than timing the market, and dollar cost averaging is every month you're putting the money in, whether the market is up or the market is down, you're putting that money in over a long period of time, and it's just compounding and accumulating. And so I couldn't agree more with any of this. This is great. Paying yourself first is also great. It's kind of a foreign concept, but because everybody wants to pay their bills before they pay themselves. But yes, paying 15, 20, or even 30% to yourself is great. That's either investing or saving. So really like this. I'm not part of the 982 advisors that he surveyed, but I agree with it.
The number one question I get asked, bar none, is how do I choose a financial advisor? Here are 3 questions you must ask. Number 1, are you a fiduciary? A fiduciary is someone who is required to put your interests first. Question number 2, how do you get paid? Financial advisors get paid in a lot of different ways. Some still make commissions. Some charge a fee by the plan. Some charge a percentage of the assets that you give them to manage. You want to take all this information and boil it down to an actual dollar figure so that you know what this relationship is going to cost you per year. Then you can compare advisor to advisor to advisor. Question number 3. What can I expect in terms of a financial plan and guidance from you? Some advisors really only focus on your investments. Other advisors, they're called holistic advisors, look at your whole life. But the most important thing is that you understand what you're getting and that it serves the needs that you are looking to fill.
Yep. I mean, couldn't agree more. So you need to find somebody who you work well with, you respect, you think is smart, and who's actually going to help and work for you. Being a fiduciary is a big thing these days. The industry has changed a lot. Being a CFP, Certified Financial Planner, by law makes us a fiduciary, and a lot of the new laws that have come into fruition over the last couple of years have made people fiduciaries. And so putting the client's interest ahead of your own, and then how do you get paid is a big one. Here we charge commissions, fees, on the assets we manage, and then financial planning fees, which is a new one for in the industry, where you can actually pay us to do a plan for you, and you can take that plan and implement it yourself or implement it with us. And then if we are managing the money, we charge a percentage of the amount that we manage. And so that's kind of where the industry is going. Commissions are still there. They are provided by the insurance companies and annuities and mutual fund companies. And normally it comes out of the company's pocket, but sometimes it does come out of your pocket. And so you have to be mindful of that. So you need to consider the relationship, what you're wanting out of it, and what the advisor can provide, and then see what is best fit for you.
Here are 3 questions you should be asking your financial
I've seen this guy before.
advisor. I'm Tyler. I'm a former financial advisor and portfolio manager. Number 1, what's the total amount I'm paying to be invested with you? Your advisor's fee might be just 1%. The funds they invest in might charge another 0.5 or 1%. So now you're paying 1.5 or 2%, to mention all the transaction fees. And no one told you all of this because, well, that would be awkward.
Okay, so the first part he said there, that is true. So all funds have internal fees that are set by the company. So if you buy an index fund, an ETF, a mutual fund, they have embedded fees that are not just out in the open. You kind of have to review the prospectus or Google it and kind of look up what are the internal fees, and you are paying those. Whether you see that come out as a line item on your statement like you do the advisory fee or not, you're still paying that. So if an advisor is charging 1, yes, some of the internal fees could be 0.25 to 0.5 to 1. So then you would be all in, say 1.25 or 1.3%. So that is something to keep in mind.
Number 2, ask them, what am I getting for this fee? If the answer is vague hand-holding, an occasional free lunch, you're overpaying.
Yes, so if you're just parking your account and the advisor's charging a fee and you don't feel like you're getting any value out of the relationship, you should start asking those questions, because they should be doing more than just holding the account and investing the money, in my opinion. So you need to develop that relationship, establish a relationship up front. What am I going to get for this fee? And hopefully that will work for you. Just kind of like the last video, just make sure you understand the relationship and what you're going to get out of it.
And number 3, ask yourself if you could replicate their plan for cheaper. And the answer is yes, you can. Low-cost index funds and flat-fee advisors exist. You just have to stop paying your current advisor, to not mention that those options exist.
So yes, like I said before, you can pay for a financial plan or a project, if you will, and just pay a one-time flat fee to an advisor. We do that here at Jones Financial Partners. So if you just want a second opinion or you just need a little help getting started, we're happy to sit down and just charge you for the time we've spent developing the plan, and then you can invest elsewhere if you so choose.
What is the best financial advice you've ever received?
Invest in assets, not liabilities.
What is the worst financial advice you've ever received?
The way to build wealth is saving your money.
So true.
Okay, so that one we have to hit on a little bit. I think for most people, the answer is saving your money. If you are one of the people who's kind of an entrepreneur or willing to take extra risk and start businesses and stuff, that is the way to create wealth. But you can do it by saving over a long period of time.
Third question. What is something you used to value that you don't anymore?
Material things.
That could be like a proverb or something. That's deep. I like that one.
What is something that you think people think is important when it comes to money, but you realize that's not really the right focus?
Net worth. Net worth is a crap indicator of real success.
Amen. I gotta watch this again. Okay. Susie Orman. She's like Dave Ramsey.
Do you know if you were 25 years of age and you bought a Starbucks every single day, and rather than doing that every day, you put $100 a month into a Roth IRA, a retirement account, and you did that every single day until you were, you're 25, so let's say till 65. You averaged 12% on your money over all those years. Do you know at the age of 65 you'd have $1 million Oh
my God.
So all of you are paying $1 million down the drain. I've never bought a Starbucks in my life.
Not even the Morning Joe blend?
Not even the Morning Joe blend.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so this is good. This is Susie Orman. She is talking about the latte effect, which was made famous in a book a few years ago. That, if you spend $5 every day at Starbucks or any of your coffee places, it's going to add up to a lot of money over time. And if you just invested that, I think her math is right, you probably would have $1 million or close to it. Now, should you not have coffee? I can't answer that. I like to make it at home, and it's probably 50 cents a cup versus $5 a cup. So you might want to reconsider that. But yeah, it's kind of an eye-opener. What are you spending money on day to day that you could be making at home, and what that would turn into over a 40 or 50 year period. This is my favorite one though, this guy. I gotta watch this podcast. I'm a little jealous of his beard. So that was a lot of fun. Enjoyed watching these videos for the first time with you guys. If you would, follow the link in the description for more information on our firm, Jones Financial Partners, and like and subscribe so you can catch up with future videos. Thank you.